Hey Jags, how's it going?
And welcome back to the first episode of the year.
We've had a lot of tech issues with editing and rendering episodes. We had an episode all filmed and edited, but our darn computer just could not render it at all.
If you're watching this, the computer worked. On to the news. We know a lot of people don't watch these, so one thing we can talk about to get people to watch is sex. Because sex sells. You know what doesn't sell?
Condoms.
Because we aren't taught how to use them, and they aren't supplied at the student-based health center.
Well, I mean, the reason why, there's not much of a focus on sex in this school is because we focus more on drugs, because they're sort of a bigger problem than sex.
Alright. I just feel that sex ed is a little relatively smaller in health class than it should be.
Yeah, I don't know, your point seems a little personal.
I guess it is, but it's still an important topic to learn about. Oregon is one of the very few states that relies predominantly on abstinence as a sex ed. And it's not just about sex, it's also about how to form a strong relationship with others.
Which is done pretty well in health classes already. And speaking of health classes, here's a small interview with some of the health teachers here at Century. Take it away, Max.
Hi, we're here with Miss Hillis, the health teacher at Century High School. So I've got a couple questions for you. The first one would be, what is the district policy on condoms and other contraceptives?
So in Hillsborough, the school-based health center and our health office, we do not provide contraception of any kind, whether it's birth control, like pills or condoms. It was sort of a debate at the beginning of the school-based health center when they first opened. There were some groups that really felt like it was important to have birth control available for our students, and some that didn't, and the board ended up going with the not providing birth control. So that is across the district. The health centers and our health offices do not provide any condoms or other birth control measures.
Thank you. And how important is warmth in a romantic relationship?
Well, I think that is crucial. When we do our unit on sexual health, so much of it is about birth control, but a big part of it is about relationships too. We really discuss communication within relationships and the way that people talk to each other, and respect and understanding boundaries. And the last couple of years, we've talked so much more about consent, and so it's really not just like the technical prevention of disease and pregnancy. It's really about how to work on relationships, romantic relationships, and other, and friendships and all of that kind of thing too. But really, my philosophy is that if you are going to have an adult relationship, you have to be able to discuss important issues, and you need to be comfortable and safe and feel like you're in a safe place to have those kind of discussions.
Cool. And the last question is, do you think that there's enough focus on sex ed in health classes?
There's probably, my feeling is we should have health all year, all 4 years. It's like PE, we could keep doing those all 4 years. That would be awesome, because it never hurts to practice healthy behaviors. And I've been teaching this for 10 years, and it doesn't hurt to have more nutrition, to have more discussion of fitness, to talk about healthy relationships. Even if it's information that is not new to you, it still is kind of bringing up important healthy things that can make you a better, healthier person. I hope we do enough. I try to be there anytime a student has questions, whether it be about any health topic, sex or otherwise. We do our best.
All right. Thank you, Miss Hillis.
You're welcome.
Hi, thanks for that great interview, dude. And now here's some other stories. If you've been to school and not dipping out to Taco Bell, you've probably seen Mr. Buck come to your classes and talk about AP test payments.
Granted, if you're in an AP class, and if you're in an AP class, you won't be dipping out to Taco Bell, hopefully. Now, we've got a special segment about... That should be the last of our special segments. Do we have time to report on anything else, Max?
Well, I think we're all out of stuff to report on.
Concern it! We're always horrible at timing.
But it's not too late to have that little in memoriam of very notable people we've lost in 2016.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. cry no more.